Okay, so the next card that we're going to do that's now dried, this is the one with the gold luster sprinkled on top, which looks fab. And then we're going to be using our VersaFine clairs. I'm going to have a go at using the Shady Lane Twilight, Nocturne and the Acorn. I may not use them all, but we'll wait and see. Okay, so starting with one of our fairy stamps, this is Jaylar. Inking her up in the VersaFine Clair black, giving her a good coverage. You can check to see how much you've covered. If you look in the light, in any areas, just go over them again, making sure that she is completely covered. Then we're going to bob her down over here. Like so. Give that a press and let her sit for a while on the card. Especially the silhouette stamps, because they just do need that little bit more pressure, a bit more time, so that we don't end up with any gaps. However, if you do find there's gaps, just get a small paintbrush and you can use your VersaFine clairs with a little paintbrush just to touch up. Don't throw away the card, just keep working with it. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to use one of our thistles now. I'm going to place it there so that it looks like she's sitting on that. So I'm going to do one there and one there, hopefully anyway. So all I'm going to do there is just bend the thistle on the block. Check the angle and then you can stamp. So we're going to use the Twilight for this one. So ink that up. And just, oops, bob that down. That just uncurled, but I think I've got it in the right place. There we go. So now we need to go the other way. Just line that up, that should be about right. That's what's nice about the flowers with the very thin stems, is that you can bend them just to make them look a little bit different, rather than it all being very repetitive. Okay, so just bob that down. There we go. So using our other thistle set here, I'm going to ink this up in Shady Lane. This is the same thistle, but there's a group of them that are smaller, so they go quite well together. And then I think what we'll do is go back to that one thistle, ink up in the green. I'm kind of making this up as I go along, so I'm hoping it'll work out okay. Give that a press, let it sit for a while. There we go. And the idea is for her to be looking at something on here. So I've got our little snail here. So I'm going to bob him down on a little block and then ink up in the black. And then I'm going to just stamp him going up the side of the stem, like so. I'm going to go back to the thistle and inking up in the acorn. Again, I'm just going to stamp around there as well, just to fill that area in. Okay, so all we need to do now is I'm going to stamp some words around the edge. So again, it doesn't really matter what words you pick. This isn't going to be so that you can read it, it's just to go around the edge really. And I'm going to ink up again in the Shady Lane. So stamping off, because I only want just very much in the background, making sure you get it the right way round. I've done a few of those upside down. You learn from your mistakes. But then I still get it wrong from time to time now. That's not concentrating. Okay, we got that right. I'm thinking, yes, we have. Okay. So I feel like I need a bit of foliage going at the top here just to balance the card. So I'm picking one of our ivies. And I'm going to be inking up now again in Shady Lane. As I say, it's always worth checking. Make sure that you've got the ink, the stamp covered. I'm just going to pop a few of the trailing ivy down. We've got a smaller one there as well, so I'm going to do a slightly darker colour, and this will just give some depth to the card. Like so, and we'll even pop a few down here. like so. Okay. So using our circular acetate, I'm going to place that just over the head of Jaylar, and then taking a smoothie, we're going to ink up in the acorn, just for a bit of contrast really. So again, we don't want a lot of ink on there, just test it on some scrap paper and then work your way around the edge. Just little movements, just flick that out from the centre to the edge, and you get a nice even tone. So just removing that now, and that highlights Jaylar, as you can see. Okay, so I'm going to go around the edge of the card now. Again, it's always good to frame your card with a bit of an edge. Just pulls your eye into the centre. You don't have to do an awful lot, just a little, just distressing the edge of the card. I apologise if my table's moving slightly. Okay. So you can see the copper there on the card, or it's the gold, sorry, the gold on this one, the gold SprinkleIT, and it just lifts it. Looks amazing. So to finish off, I'm going to use our gel pen. I'm going to go around the edge of the moon. This just makes it stand out even more. And you can see how that just highlights that area. And of course you can highlight anything you want. We can put a little bit on the flowers. We can add a little to Jaylar's wings. It's just such a nice pen because it's so subtle and so very fine as well, so you get to keep all the detail. Okay, so I hope you can see everything that's going on there, but yeah, I'm pleased with that. You can see it against the white much better. There you go guys, thanks for watching.